It's Week 17 of the NFL, and we're going to see Mark Andrews. It was a solid showing for him last time out, 104 yards on the ground. It's the Ravens and the Dolphins, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. Folks are fine-tuning their resolutions. Fitness clubs ready for that January boom. But these two teams have one more important piece of business to take care of before the calendar turns to 2024. The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway, Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him. It should open up things for you.
He completes it to Beckham. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They had a tough spot to drop that down here, 3rd and goal.
And so many times when you analyze a play like this, you talk about the people around him and maybe his focus was gone. Sometimes just simply him understanding how close he is to the end zone and a chance to score, and he tightens up and doesn't complete the play.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, We only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll start the drive with Wilson. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. You look at this Baltimore defense. They've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Oh, you're impressed,
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And Dobbins is going to pick up a Ravens first down as he'll be taken down at the 46. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's caught. Beckham. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. Stiff-armed him. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So Miami coming out for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And he goes out right around the 39. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They're going option play on 3rd down. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And this returnable for Hill. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were treated to a fine first half from running back J.K. Dobbins. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Play action, now it's Tua. And that's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This is taken at the 23. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Jackson now. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now it's Jackson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now Hill to return it. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Jalen Waddle. Again, 11 on the play. 1st down, Miami.
Tua now on 1st down. Another catch there for Waddle. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Tua. It's Hill, complete. And Hill is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as he'll take this down inside the 45.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Dolphin 1st down.
Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Eric Sauber, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this third quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. This taken in at the goal line. Sheds off the tackle. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Jackson on first down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game where Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Jackson on the keeper. A fumble on the play. That's the end of the third.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th. There he goes, left side. Still going inside the 20. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Going to the air, Tagovailoa over the middle and complete to Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to the 32.
Jalen Waddle. It's a gain of 6. First down, Dolphins.
From the gun, it's Tua. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Going right back to Wilson.
Tagovailoa.
back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Tua going to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 33. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Jackson to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So Tua and the Dolphins down by 13, 1:52 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Here's Tua. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Tua. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Throwing Tua. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Tua to throw. And a completion to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Tua. That'll be caught by Hill. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Now Tua. he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.